Hello and welcome, one and all. I am Poe the Crow, your teller of tales and narrator of An Unlikely Tale, Godfall. Based in the Sword Coasts of Faerun, where we use a combination of various TTRPG systems, a dash of homebrew, and a sprinkling of the classic rule of cool. Tonight, we'll be continuing our long journey home, back to New Barovia, in the wake of the successful Scarlet Purge. And with this, a few new allies along the way. So with that said, tonight won't be so grimdark. There won't be as many hardships, struggles, and injustices. And I hope your charisma score's high, because you're gonna need it. With that said, let's unleash our players, shall we?
$40d10 plus.
That's a lot.
Indeed.
That's a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to calculate health right now for that person.
Wow, what are you doing?
That's the most of all time.
Right, so 355. It's a dice roll. So that's
Fancy cat.
A right proper gentleman. And a scholar.
oh.
Oh, Silas,
Oh.
when you get a second, check your DMs.
You got it.
So that HP is already in 4 digits. Not even
Oh,
had
God.
toughen yet. That's before adding or calculating tough into that.
It's fine. We have fun here, right, guys?
What?
Oh, we have fun. We have a lot
Yeah,
of
we had fun.
That's a
Oh,
word.
yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Whenever. Level increased by amount equal to twice your level. Oh, so just add 120 to this. Okay.
Shall we hit that recap?
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay, so total hit points just off of random roll with that is 2,275.
Spicy.
Okay. Anyways, recap.
Anyways.
When last
This
we
recap should
left off,
basically be
our party, hot off the heels, the Scarlet Purge, and at the kind of unexpected suggestion, Spectre, not to mention his rotting, do they draw together back upon Aurora, and in the following, on the arrival of their asserted guests, do they set forth an offer? A gathering of their forces, a unifying of their skills, that they might better combat threats assailing the Sword Coast, New Barovia, and Toril Greater. Many words were exchanged, and after many spoken speeches, capped off with a highly unnecessary and extremely antagonistic assertion by the Arbiter, do we find our party, in the wake of this meeting, scattered across the entirety of Aurora, partaking in whatever interests them. Spectre, quite clearly indisposed, at least for the next few hours. And within those few hours, You watch as the interior of Aurora transforms. Vibrant colors, banners, flags, and shawls are strewn across its marbled corridors, draped from one end to the next. Favors of all sorts, handed out, gleeful disposition. Morale is high. The wafting aroma of finely cooked meats and spices begin to fill the upper areas and districts of the city. And by day's end, all of Aurora is in uproarious celebration. The first true victory that they could speak of in months. And having lost so much, many sought this opportunity to quickly forget their troubles and indulge the peace they found themselves in. Well aware that the trip will take a week's time before they arrive in New Barovia, this leaves little in the way of responsibilities must be met. Words have been shared, alliances have been forged. Now, there's but time. And in the deep evening hours, the warm amber light, the arcane fixtures, Aurora's interior, casting their glow on the jubilant faces of its citizenry. Does a oddity find itself weaved slowly over the course of the day into their tight-knit groupings of raucous celebration. They appear like ghosts, quiet, large, imposing figures, clad in a near seamless silvered frame and armor. At their sides, a spear in one hand and a tower shield in their other. They say nothing and do little in the way to interrupt or intercede with the celebrations. But well into them, you notice them dotted in almost every corridor, near every lift, on every level that you visit for the night's end. That's not the only oddity you notice slowly weaving itself into the fabric of Aurorian life. While crows and ravens flying within the interior of the city prove to be a regular occurrence in their day-to-day, it seems now that these small birds are joined in tandem with constructs built in their likeness, filling the halls and supplementing small kindnesses of ravens that have gathered within. For those of you who don't know, that's what you call a flock of ravens. It's a kindness.
That was a murder. Oh, that's
Murder of
That's
crows.
crows.
Kindness of ravens, murder of crows. That said, my friends, it's currently roughly around 9 p.m. in the evening. The celebrations are in full effect. Where or what you find yourself doing this time?
I would like to test my spell out on someone. My new spell that I have developed in the bedroom.
Oh no.
Who volunteers as tribute?
Sure, why not?
Oh no.
Does this mean we're all together?
If I'm doing it though, I'm hooking on to someone.
Puts you in a jar.
Don't
Puts you
even
in a-
try it.
I feel like that one image of Plankton, or Mr. Krabs standing over him.
I just imagine like evil Patrick just hovering over
Come
the
here,
jar.
Ace, come
He's
here.
got that fucking grin on him. You
I'm gonna
know?
draw this. I'm gonna draw this.
Please.
Go ahead and make that Constitution save.
I had to make a constitution.
Oh dear God.
What? What? What are you supposed to do to me?
It's
Make
a
a
9th
Constitution
level
save.
spell. It's a 9th level spell.
What the
What the
fuck?
fuck?
Why? I'm really regretting my actions. Alright, where's my constitution?
Thank God I'm not in that jar. Got things I gotta do.
Uh-oh. Ace, you failed. Get in the jar.
I thought I was already in the jar.
Okay.
Can't go well.
So where is this taking place? Where are you in the city currently?
The town square.
Oh dear God. Okay. You're in the old park. The one that
the most
got
people. I want everyone to see this.
Oh Jesus.
I'm ready to animate this.
And so
Everything in
we
the
currently
world.
find who's with Spectre and Ace currently as this is taking place.
I don't think any of us want to be.
I mean, may not be with them, but she's definitely wandering around and may have spotted this.
I just wanted to drive a motorcycle, man.
It's too late for all that.
God.
You know what? I'll say we'll be there. I'll take notes.
Someone get in the jar with me.
Yeah, who are you
Make snow
dragging?
angels. We make snow
Who are you
angels.
dragging
Oh.
in there?
Oh, you drown in it. You gotta constantly make Constitution saves or
Oh,
take psychic
no.
damage.
Spectre, can you
What?
teach me this?
Sure.
That's so
Please go in the
fucked up.
detail about what I'm drowning in.
A mysterious white sticky substance.
Can I make an investigation check to see what it is? Let me put
It
my
does psychic
finger in.
What are you
damage
gonna do? Eat
as
it?
the
Let me put my
unknown
finger in and lick my
as the
finger.
unknown substance invades the senses and thoughts.
Okay, so here's how this
It's a natural aphrodisiac.
So we find Spectre, Ause, and Ace currently enjoying the festivities within the confines of the observation park, infamous for its tragic past, being essentially scoured by some strange, superheated magical force many months ago. Now restored back to its glory and then some. And at its center, a pair of statues. A pair of statues that we currently find our party in front of. This pairing, bearing the likeness of two individuals, standing atop their pedestal, inscribed beneath their name. One of a great dragonborn, adorned in fine armor, and bearing a sword said to be the one wielded by Strahd. At its base, Alistair, the Prince of Dawn's champion. And directly next to it, a statue of a humble-looking man, bearing armor slightly too big for him, but his face bearing a brave expression. On the placard just beneath, Bob Livin.
Oh my god.
No fucking way.
fucking
No fucking
way.
way.
The
DM,
hero we
while,
needed.
while Ace
Put him in the jar.
is drowning, while Ace is drowning in this sticky substance, I got a funny idea.
What could be
Wait.
on here?
Don't put the statue in the
Silas.
jar.
Silas, who was the fucking guy that the first session I came here that we named, that was with Yandiva, and they went to the fucking grain farm. What's his name? I forgot. I'm blanking.
Oh, guard?
Yeah, the guard.
Hold on. I have it in my notes. Let me look.
DM.
One sec.
Okay, take your time.
Oh my god.
Where is it? I have it too.
What is its name? What is his name?
Timothy Cokedom III of the Cokedom family. That's his name.
Yes, it was Timothy.
Good old Timothy.
Timothy.
Yep, that's his name.
Hey, we need to find him.
Anyway,
He's the one true savior.
so Spectre, after applying this request to your friends, and Ace failing terribly against its magical enchantment, finding himself now within a jar slowly filling with a mysterious sticky white substance.
Mysterious.
As you look upon your handiwork, what is it you are trying to do?
Oh. I want this Bob Living guy to come back. I got a funny idea for him.
No!
He's coming back.
Bless this man.
Bring him back.
Release him from his torment.
I
You
bring this
fucking
motherfucker
assholes.
back. His soul, come hither.
And Spectre, as a god of death, though far from your home dominion,
God.
your establishment in this realm with the gathering of 2 followers gives your divinity but a small amount of authority. Enough so that you can wrest a soul back from the afterlife. And you do so, reaching out with your will and plucking from the river Styx the soul of Bob Livin.
I would
As
like
his
him to
body
come back in full
slowly
combat
begins,
here.
his body slowly begins to materialize just in front of the statue, bearing an exact likeness of the man who once was, sans the unfortunate injuries he had sustained while within the Black Citadel.
No mushroom head.
No mushroom head. He's back to his normal head. And as the final bits of flesh and hair reconstitute, weave together, before you stands none other than Bob Livin, who looks about, gasping deeply, confused, as he sees the scene unfolding before him, noticing the large jar and festivities. Oh, what the hell's going on?
Hey. Welcome. I am your
Holy
god.
shit.
I am
Oh.
your god.
Oh my god!
See your small
You
hand rise
need
up
to
from
understand one thing. I've returned you back to the realm of the living.
Oh god,
for
not again!
one reason and one reason alone. Do you understand me?
Why? Why did you do
Your
this?
new name is Mo. Mo Fugga. Mo Fugga.
He looks completely dumbstruck, absolutely confused, no idea where the or why this is requested of him.
I have
but
a better name for
Absolutely terrified.
you. Your new name is Yuri. Yuri Nator.
You're in it.
As your god, I have a new holy mission for you, my paladin.
Oh, I'm a paladin now.
Yes, you're a paladin. I have awakened you to your new abilities.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
In the dead of night, from now on until the end of Aurora, you will patrol the streets, stopping injustice and crime in its footsteps. And you
Holy
will
crap, like a
bring
hero.
peace to this city, no matter how bloody or ruthless you need to be.
What? But that's not nice.
Do you think these people deserve a bardic hero, or do you think that you're gonna be the hero that this city needs, not what it deserves?
Oh, okay.
And your new
Just please don't turn my head into a mushroom
Name.
again.
your new vigilante name will be the Payback Paladin.
Batman ain't got shit on him.
Do you understand?
Yes. Please don't kill me.
Now take this sword.
As I give him just a fucking what's it call it?
Minus one longsword.
No,
bastard sword.
I'm pulling out of my fucking what's that thing I? You know what? I'm just gonna give him this fucking
Bastard?
thing.
Hmm?
I'm just giving him a fucking legendary blade from the Pantheon.
I'm sorry.
Now go forth and do my will. Urinator.
As you conjure forth this legendary weapon from your homeland, drawing it forth from this pocket space from which you've stored it, you look upon the man reborn anew, now Yuri Nator. He takes the blade as he, with a bit of apprehension, meets your gaze as he follows your instruction, turning to leave the park and depart. He catches sight of the statue that has been behind him this entire time, noticing it for the first time as he looks down and then up, taking its full countenance. You see a wide, goofy grin on his face. Oh, guys, you actually made the statue!
What the fuck?
You're a hero, Yuri.
By the way, this entire time Ace is just drowning in cum.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear
you gotta make that con
God,
save.
please.
Better to come in the
Jeez.
sink than sink in the cum.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And,
That's all for day, folks.
Yuri departs, disappearing into the crowd with this legendary blade in hand and his shabby guardsman armor.
God.
So
He's a real one.
As he disappears,
Goes Timothy.
and you turn to check in with your ally, Ace, still sitting within the jar, you now see that it is half full, and Ace is, he's not looking too happy about it.
Can I make it an investigation check to see what the liquid I am in?
I would say yes. Yes, you can.
Can I get advantage because my guy's bisexual?
Yes, you can. Yes. If you tasted it, you would know. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Those are not words.
Ace, this is exactly what you think it is. It's exactly what you
I
think
love
it is.
frozen yogurt. Oh my god.
Equal parts salty, equal parts sweet.
If it's salty, dude, you are going with the wrong thing.
It's not mine.
Oh my god.
How do I get out of
It's
this?
yours, Ace. It's yours.
I knew I recognized it.
No wonder it's so familiar.
God
I
damn
knew it.
it.
I was eating too many greens. I gotta stop drinking beer.
Oh my god. You can give an investigation check to try to find a way out of the jar.
That sure is something.
I want out.
You staying in there till you lose concentration.
Fucking.
How do I actually get out of this?
You don't.
It's 1 minute.
I only got one idea and I really don't want to do it.
No, no, no.
I might have to eat my way through.
Oh my
No.
god.
No.
You better let me out of here. You're gonna see a grown ass man eat a jar of cum.
Please. Let it end.
Can I crack in the glass?
Sorry, what was that?
Can I try cracking the glass? It's a glass jar, isn't it? I would assume.
Keep making those con saves.
Is this gonna kill me?
It's not gonna kill you.
Maybe.
Right, so
You
you
can
can
attempt
to shoot the glass.
shoulder right now.
It is now slowly bubbling up towards your chin.
Oh, how wonderful! It bubbles. Spectre, get me out of here!
I drop concentration. He's annoying as fuck.
And suddenly it vanishes in a puff and haze, dissipating as if it was never there.
Am I not covered in it?
It dissipates on the ending of the spell.
Damn it! I wanted to go
You
hug
still
Spectre.
feel dirty. Your pores are now fly.
No, I just feel like it's average Tuesday. I'm perfectly fine. Let's continue.
Bukkake Tuesday.
Everybody around who had witnessed this magical display begins clapping and cheering,
I'm gonna
believing
take a
it to
bow.
have been a show.
Taking a bow.
My God.
Thank you very much. Want to
My
thank my
piece
mom.
don't work.
I take coin. I take tips.
I also take tips.
He
I just
doesn't.
took a bunch
He's
of
a
tips.
volunteer.
Takes tips of penises.
They begin to pelt you with gold coins, tossing them to the group at their feet. You have acquired 175 gold
Each? Or
in total.
I'll
He can
take
have all of it.
Holy
Yeah, let's go.
That
I earned
is
it.
pennies.
I earned
That is
it.
pennies to
I
me right
earned
now.
that shit.
God.
I earned that
Fucking-
shit, bro.
Why?
Damn, I usually do that shit for free.
Okay, I don't need to know your fucking life backstory right now. I don't have time for it.
A cart comes driving by, pushed by a rather beautiful looking woman. Her pointed elven ears and angular features quickly give you the impression that she isn't a local elf from Barovia. Likely one of the Titanian court followers. On her cart, a collection of various snacks, pastries, and drinks. And she waves a hand, offering.
Is this for us?
Yes, sir. On the day of the revelry, everything's free.
Everything is free?
Well, the
What
provided
type
amenities.
of socialist? What the hell?
If the people are gonna celebrate, they need to be given what they need.
Oh my god.
That, and we recently had a
Everything's
massive.
free.
Well, yes. We suddenly got a massive influx of supplies. We're not quite sure where they came from, but we're in
Do you
a
guys
great
have
deal
free
of
healthcare?
excess. Why, yes. Don't all kingdoms?
No! Falstar doesn't. What the hell?
Allow me to apologize on
kidding?
behalf of
What
this
the-
bracket over here. We graciously accept this offering.
I
She
pay you
smiles wildly.
regardless.
Tips are appreciated.
I give her 100 platinum pieces.
As you pour the coin into her hand, she looks up at you with complete disbelief and shock. Sir, are you sure?
Yes.
I'll say,
How much
I'll
is
say gives
minimum
her a
wage
coupon
here?
to the brothel.
How much is minimum wage?
Oh, I make a weekly wage of about 80 gold pieces. My average expenditures sit about 20 a week. Room and board, of course.
What the hell?
It's a good system.
I'm in disbelief.
For good or bad reason?
I don't know. It works.
Well, I've only been here for a short time, but probably one of the locals could tell you more.
We need to try
I need to indulge in the culture.
You want to indulge in the culture?
I'm gonna go indulge in the culture.
We need to join the damn mafia to make him damn look.
Yeah, Fallstar pays you fucking like 5 gold pieces a week. It's so fucked.
We didn't even get that.
Don't even
Albrio.
get me on fucking Omen. Oh my god, exchange rates are shit.
Albrio's just as bad.
Albria, people were fucking fighting in the streets of piss water for this type of gold.
Put simply, the Lord of Coin, Inigo, he actually does stock trading, so yeah.
The fuck? Last time Fallstar tried to make a stock market type of thing where businesses could exchange their portions for cash and funding, it ended in a corporate war.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
That's not good.
3 million people died.
I sure do love capitalism.
Majority from starvation.
Sure do love capitalism. Good stuff. Nah, but for real though, it's amazing. Anyway, moving on.
Money.
Right. And of course, progress and opportunity. Which you find plenty of. People seem to be in complete elation. This is probably the happiest you've ever seen this city since your arrival. Aromatic odors of the various foodstuffs being handed out via the carts. The tinge of alcohol spilled on the air. And everywhere you look, smiling faces. As you continue making your way from the park further into the city, where do you go?
Is there like a centralized banking institute?
Did we ever establish that? I do not recall.
Not within Aurora. We do have a vault, yes. But, I wouldn't say there's a banking institution per se. Most of the, I guess exchanges of that nature are handled by the administrative branches.
So would
Minimize the bureaucracy.
you say it's more libertarian or authoritarian in the way that the money and centralized government is handled?
Is this an out of character question?
I don't know if Spectre's asking this to just
Just a
somebody in
random
the streets.
passerby.
Roko does the best to answer.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Roko would be a very knowledgeable source given that she's been here since Aurora's initial takeoff and founding.
And
Even
in all
back
of the
when it was like still the complex, as it was referred to as. Remember that?
memories. And then all these concepts are similar to her culture in her home planet.
Oh, that's true. That's true. The Avali are kind of leaning in that direction. Pretty much. Aurora and New Barovia run on a mostly libertarian socialist system. A kind of live and let live idea, mainly due in part because of its history of excessive repression and oppression at the hands of Strahd. It was meant as a means to encourage the people to indulge in culture, find themselves again, and gain a little bit of agency. And it flourished and blossomed into this. There was hiccups. It wasn't easy. And of course, not everybody initially prescribed to the system. But with time, trust was established. They honored their word and provided everything they said that they would provide, time and time again, sometimes going above and beyond.
That's new. Politicians promising and making their promises real? What the fuck?
It helps when the politician in question isn't so much a politician as he is a person. Pizzoli. He helped facilitate the majority of the policies in place in Barovia.
Sam.
Yep.
Like I said, it is a good system.
I made all the brothels.
As she says this, you pass by a rather sultry looking establishment. A large signage labeled its top in a black, purple, and gold font. Witches and bitches.
Any other day I would go in. But this is far more important.
It is the foundation of our economic success.
Not even joking. What helped initially establish the coffers in New Barovia was in fact the crafting of brothels, creating an opportunity for the disenfranchised to partake in the one exchange that we all share equally. Sex work.
We also have memberships. There's different levels. There's the bronze level, the gold level, the silver.
With incentives.
Yep, you get incentives. You can like collect points, and you get a free session after a certain amount of points.
How much did you get the platinum?
It's also highly regulated and tightly monitored to ensure that there is no abuse that takes place.
Yes, I vet all of our employees, and I make sure they're up into tip-top health and they know what they're doing. I train them personally sometimes.
That's very kind of you.
Even one of my Avali crewmates here, Atala, visits here regularly. He is the most degenerate of us.
I know, by the way, that Roko's whole crew is also accompanying her right now for the festivities. It's just a group of little space raptor birds hanging around.
Oh my
Hey,
god, it's like the
Silas.
Lepori.
Question. What's in the tower again? I forgot.
Pardon?
What's in the tower?
The tower is the highest point in Aurora, and at its peak is the residence of Lalamet.
I think I need to go meet her and discuss financials.
Oh man, are you sure?
Yes.
We're only keeping her around because she won't shut up.
Indeed, she has proved to be a nuisance. Like a spoiled child.
I think we can reach common ground if I bring Tranquil with.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of common ground there.
Just ensure she doesn't blow up the place due to this bracket.
Yeah, please.
How would I put it? Insolence.
I think. I don't think. I don't know what's happening.
I see. Okay.
In that case, I would highly recommend visiting her if you cannot think your plans thoroughly.
Yeah, she'll eat you right on the spot if you can't think.
Look at me. Now look at her. Somehow I'm alive, all right? Let's think about that.
Somehow.
Yes, but the difference between you and me is I can pull chicks.
Damn. You know what? I kind of want to see this happen. Can you riz up Lalamet?
I will raise her up, but I'm forever loyal to my wife.
Of course.
You have a wife?
Suni, of course. I thought this was already established. Come on.
No, I have no idea who that is.
Oh my god.
One of the attendants at our meeting the day prior.
That
Yeah,
Went
she's
fast.
like the goddess of love or something.
Yeah.
that was fast.
Yeah. I don't know if she'll say yes yet.
Oh.
Oh wow.
I'm just
Pre-planning.
She's going to, trust me.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. If it happens, I can hold the ceremony for you.
I'm the biggest bird. Alright. So
He said I'm the biggest bird.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Just
the biggest
imagine like a peacock with Spectre's head.
I am the biggest bird.
As you continue making your way through the packed corridors of Aurora, where do you go?
I'm gonna go. What would Roko recommend?
What? Why in the world are you asking me?
I don't know.
Well, you seem to know the place best.
I suppose that is true, but
How much longer do we have on our journey?
You would have roughly 4 and some change days.
Oh, good God, we're stuck on here forever. All right.
There's so much to do.
There's so much to do.
We have a bathhouse. I don't know if there's a farm yet, but we had that in the works. I don't know. It's been a while.
indeed, development of agriculture has been a little delayed in several ways.
All right. What if I start listing things off, and if that's a thing, you tell me. How about that?
All right, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. We could go visit marketplaces and buy shit. Like,
Oh
like
yeah, we have that. Yep.
preppy.
Most
We could go to like
Yeah.
a tavern or inn and start a brawl.
Yeah,
Um,
we have that. Yeah.
Don't do that.
We could go to
I
temples and
minus
shrines
the
and then tell them their
brawl.
god is on the fucking Aurora.
Oh,
and
shit,
just
yeah.
shatter their worlds. We could go to
You know, prayer
libraries.
is very nice and very soothing.
We could go to libraries and stuff and just like read.
Oh, library is
good
really
idea.
Or
good actually.
we could troll the city officials. By like,
No, let's not do that.
that'd be really funny if we like walked up to them, set them on fire, then like froze them and then revived them. That'd be really funny. That's a
No,
false
I think it's
flag.
called
What the
murder.
heck?
Is there a criminal underground we can dismantle in 4 days?
Actually, we have this place pretty tightly locked down. We actually have a surveillance system of crows that inform us of.
That's dystopian as hell. That's-
What do you mean?
That is spying on people's personal privacy.
They know they're being spied on. It's like having cameras in the city. You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's a little
It's an
weird.
agreement that
I
you
mean, what
signed
am I talking
for,
about? What is a
possibly
camera? I
resident.
don't know.
How about is there like a festival? Any sort of festivals here?
Actually,
Oh,
there's
this-
one happening right now, Spectre.
Oh, there
Yes,
is.
you're in the midst
Yeah.
of it.
Oh wow,
Oh, yeah.
Spectre, have you tried cheese yet?
No, I have
Oh
not.
no.
Oh,
I will be taking my crew along now. With
Alce
no
pulls
cheese
out a
involved.
block of cheese.
Alce, isn't that forbidden?
Why do you have a block of cheese?
What?
Laws don't
You know.
apply to the people who make them.
I make the cheese, so I don't know. Here, have a piece.
Just
Gods help us.
be careful.
I'm gonna eat the cheese.
Oh, you're gonna
Oh,
eat the
no.
cheese.
I'm gonna
Oh,
eat
fuck.
the cheese. In fact, I don't know what the fuck a cheese is. Actually, no, he probably does. But he's the biggest bird, so.
Brew, be ready to
Roll a
set up a
D100.
protective barrier.
Oh boy, here we
Any
go.
moment's notice.
D100. 69, baby! I'm the biggest bird!
Hey, you
Of
know what
course.
that means.
Spectre just vanishes from in front of you.
Oh.
Spectre,
Thanks to Illuminate.
Spectre, you know where you are. And you know
Where
what you're
am
doing
I?
now.
What am I
Oh.
doing?
She's surprised, but she's not complaining.
Oh.
Is it exactly what I think it is?
Of course, that's what he rules.
What is
Of course.
this? Yo,
Of
what?
course, that's what he. Of course.
Yes.
Why don't you describe to the group what exactly is happening? What is happening right now?
And that's one of the effects I don't have in my notes yet. Heck.
Party. Do you decide to spend the rest of the night partaking in the festivities?
No.
I would actually like to find a place that sells gloves.
Gloves.
Yes, because I never got a glove to cover my sigil on my hand.
Yeah, you might want to grab that.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I should do this when little Mr. Arbor decided to crush my hand during a handshake.
Yes, you did inquire about that, didn't you? I can, at the very least, escort you to an establishment that will cover that.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna go try and get some gas grenades, and then I'm going to go to the
Gas
arbiter.
grenades?
Yeah, don't worry, I'm coming Hitler. Don't worry about it.
What?
I have so many
You know
gloves
what?
to date.
I'm
You,
just gonna go with Faye.
Don't worry about it.
you do
Chemical
what you
warfare.
need to, as long as it's... You know what? Go forth and multiply.
Oh, you already know. Yeah, I go check this one.
I'm the big bird.
And then I'm gonna go to the arbiter after. So we can talk about the meeting.
Okay. So, as you kind of try to assess where the ideal place to go to obtain smoke grenades, you decide that perhaps heading to requisitions might prove fruitful. Breaking off from the group, you make your way to the lift and depart downward until you eventually arrive to one of the various administrative levels. And on departure, taking a short jaunt through several corridors, winding left, right, continuing on so, you find yourself outside of the office of requisitions. Approaching, you make your way through the door and find yourself in a modest-sized room. Appears to be mostly devoid of any real furnishings or adornments. Stark marbled walls and floor, save one wall fitted with what looks to be a reinforced steel and wood construct interwoven with looks like mesh. At one end of it is a small opening, a window. As you approach it, you find yourself looking at air until you peer down and realize a burly, auburn-haired dwarf staring up at you. Single cocked eyebrow and a smoking pipe puffing away corner of his mouth.
Oh no. Yes. Now you got me rethinking about what I fucking did at the fucking meeting. Oh god. I can't get out of my mind. It's just stuck there. But I guess I start talking to him. Hey, I'm looking for some gas grenades so that I can gas a certain group of people that believe in an evil god that's trying to kill us all.
I would say phrasing, but even that won't help.
His raised eyebrow cocks further.
What'd you say, boyo?
Gas grenades, you know. Chemical warfare. Makes people choke and shit.
We don't have
Box
any gas
vision.
grenades, but we have smoke grenades.
I guess that'll do. Can't be that much. If it's
You see him reach beneath the countertop, rummaging around, before withdrawing a quill and some parchment.
Need you to fill this out here.
alright. Can I have a look over the parchment?
It's a requisitions form.
Alright. Silent.
You put in requisitions for a set of smoke grenades.
Do you also have anything that's unique or abstract? Could be anything. Just curious.
Unique? Abstract? What the hell are you on about?
Something that's uncommon. Something that you would like not recommend.
This ain't an arms factory, boy. It's requisitions.
Alright.
We arm soldiers.
Alright, that's good enough, I guess.
Snatching back the parchment, he looks it over, rolls it up, and places it aside before departing from the window for a few moments. Returning, he has a wooden box with what looks like 8 pipe-like structures with a single sigil on the top of them.
See.
He slides them over the
Release them all?
countertop to you.
All of them?
You put in requisitions, you get a set.
Alright. Thank you very much.
Nodding.
What would be the name for that? Exactly, just like
8 smoke grenades. That's simple. And in parentheses, magic. Because there are also conventional smoke grenades.
Cool.
You reason that with these, if you can find a way to safely empty their contents, using a combination of the poisons that you've learned how to craft from the son of Baneray, you reason you might be able to make what you're looking for.
I'll be damned. It's time to go meet the Arbiter. Fun times. Woo.
Making your way from the office and returning to the lift, you ride all the way to the lowest layers of Aurora, descending into the workshop area and departing, making your way through the corridor until you reach its end, where you hear many feet and hands busily working inside, opening the door, which sits slightly ajar. You see at least 4 dozen dwarves, the Arbiter, Gus, and okay, forget it. God damn it. An NPC, but he's not really important at this moment.
Damn!
Carrington, there it is. You see a young man with dark hair, a rather pale complexion, and sterling green eyes, which peer out from bangs poorly cut. They seem to be in deep discussion with one another. And as you look about the dwarves' handiwork, they seem to be moving about machinery, forge equipment, and smithing tools, shifting things around, approaching the trio, discussing amongst themselves. The arbiter catches sight of you with that single golden brilliant eye. Oh. What brings you here?
Remember the list I talked about. Got a little set. Gonna hand them the list of things that we're gonna talk during the meeting. Here's the ideas I came up with. And I may need your help with something. Gonna be trying to make some gas grenades. Alright. I know a couple poisons I learned. And I think it'll be best if you help me because I'm not well versed in craftsmanship. It's not my forte. Like, look over me while I try and probably fail. It'll be pretty helpful.
I'll do you one better. In 2 days' time, the workshop should be all finished with the upgrades I'm going to be setting up. Swing back in then. I'll teach you how to do.
This is why I love you, Chum. You're a great fucking dude. I have no qualms. That, I guess, is gonna start walking. How would I want?
As you depart, return back to the festivities taking place in the upper layers and enjoy the revelry of the evening.
Now where's some crack?
While you can't find crack, there are other drugs available that you can prescribe to.
I'm just gonna
One of the
peruse in the
easily accessible ones are halfling weed, along with Sundrop and various other narcotics. The very live and let live attitude of Aurora shines through quite apparently in this particular regard.
Oh, you just gave me an idea. Hypothetically,
Time to pull up the
right?
old list.
Hypothetically, I somehow made one of the smoke grenades to produce weed smoke, you know, and they inhaled the fumes. Hypothetically,
Something hypothetical
they-
about that actually would work, yes. You put enough in there, yeah, and you diffuse it in a high enough volume, yeah. It would coat an area if it's tight enough and potentially affect those within it.
Hot box grenade.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna have a bunch of
I mean,
different grenades and
it's
different effects.
technically chemical warfare built into a
Fuck
smoke
yeah.
grenade. Because it's still serving the
Ooh.
smoke grenade purpose, just augmented to have a additional
Yeah.
effect.
Is there any fucking other drugs that I could potentially put into this one grenade
Jesus.
that would work?
Yes, there is. There's give me a moment while I pull up my list. Our other party members. How are you spending the remainder of the evening?
Other than Broker
Procuring
Leilani and
that,
Faye
yeah.
going to
The
workshop.
glove. Right. Now, you have got quite a wide variety of options. Gloves of hide, fur, leather, gloves made of silk, of enchanted fiber. It really all depends on what you're looking for and your budget. As it seems Aurora is rife with all manner of artisans.
She's arousing the selection. She'll ask Leilani over. Hey, Leilani, come here, come here.
Yeah.
What do you think would be best? Like silk or cotton?
I guess silk would be. It'd probably be comfier to wear for longer times.
Okay.
Be thinner.
I do want something thin and like more breathable, so it's not a bad idea.
Not to mention the material would be more pliable.
Also true. Also true.
I don't like drug lords, by the way.
I assume they're in like any assortment of colors.
In pretty much every color of the rainbow. Surprisingly, you don't find many with blue dye.
Hey Roko, is there a shortage of blue dye around here? I'm not seeing a lot of blue gloves.
I could only hazard a guess that we should have a selection of dyes somewhere among the market.
Interesting. As she again looks over it, her eyes draw towards a white cotton set of gloves, and she would like to check the price.
As you look over the gloves, they appear to be very well made. Trying them on, they fit, no pun intended, as they should. And so, committed to the purchase, you turn to the clerk and ask what the price is. To which they respond, a modest 30 silver, 30 silver pieces.
And as she kind of clasps her fingers together, would there be any chores I could do for you to pay this off?
Oh, don't think about it too hard. Allow me to cover this for you.
Are you sure? I feel bad having you pay for me.
Material wealth means very little to me. It just happens to accumulate through whatever I do best around here.
Oh,
Just wanna make
okay.
sure. Gold is 1 gold for 100 silver in this one, right? Or is it 10?
Yep, 1 gold for 100 silver.
Okay.
It's the 100 to 1 exchange rate.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, because I could just put a gold piece down. Okay.
Right, so your friend has the same idea as well.
You guys really don't have to.
I have no other use for it really at the moment anyway.
Faye will bow deeply towards Leilani in gratitude. Well, she'll put them on, or is she already wearing them?
After the purchase is concluded and the silver is exchanged, you slide them over your fingers.
Again, I thank you both for your
It's
hospitality.
really no problem.
You know, Leilani, it's been a while since we've been able to actually hang out for a while.
Yeah, we've definitely been very busy. And before that, well, you know what happened before that.
You two have quite a sordid history then, I take it.
Oh boy, where do we even start, huh?
Damn mafia group.
I'm honestly rather curious. I feel as though I would understand your collective a little better.
Well, would you like to tell the story, Leilani?
I suppose. So, we first originally met, it was back in the Pantheon.
Hold that thought.
And-
Roko takes out her little tablet device and pokes at it a few times.
Okay, now you may proceed.
Right.
Taking notes, Roko.
Well, we first met back in the Pantheon in... I honestly can't remember the name of the town, but it was, for some reason we'd all end up... Each for our own reason, I guess, going to this mafia group for work, I guess. And
How was
we
that
ended up...
falsely advertised?
Really?
No, do you really think I would join a mafia group?
Well, some people
willingly?
get desperate for money. I wouldn't
I mean, that's
But-
true,
have
but
some people.
if I knew, I would have never. But I guess I'm kind of glad I did in some regards because I was able to meet you.
Yeah, well, the alternative may have been not ending up dying in a dragon scale explosion, but
Yeah.
we'll get to that. So we ended up forming, or being put into a group with these other people who also were there, and that probably could not have been a worse group to be in. Some of them had in total put with about 3 other dumbasses who caused a lot of problems, and one of them being the reason why we ended up originally dying.
You know, our mission would have been a success too.
It probably could have been, yeah. Had whatever his name was not decided to run through into open gunfire with that much condensed dragon scale tied to him.
I mean, it wasn't tied to him. He just
Roko, at the mention of condensed dragon scale, you feel a vague recollection that you've heard this word, this phrase before.
so. I also can't remember their name, but they had this. I guess we should start back a little before. For the actual mission of the Mafia group, we were tasked with retrieving this massive shipment of dragon scale. And me and Leilani here went on a sort of stealth mission. We wild shaped into small insects, infiltrated the boat, and I was going to go out of wild shape, use my herbalism kit to grab a few vials and hold the dragon scale and bring it back. But before we had the chance, the rest of the Mafia group set up on a bridge and started opening fire on the boat. To which one of them burst in, grabbed this massive. And mind you, this box was floating like 1 or 2 feet off the ground. And he just grabbed the box. And while there was massive amounts of gunfire, he decided to burst out of the room onto the gunfire. And there was a.
Also, keep in mind too, he ran into a wall with this pretty much, because this cube was much bigger than that would have fit through the door.
Oh, yes. But beyond that, that's the last thing I can remember other than a giant flash of light. And
Sounds dreadfully familiar with my own experiences.
well, seeing as since I've been here, I think I've almost blown up like that, in the same fashion, nearly. Wasn't too fond of that, but
But at least we got to, what's it called, the afterlife place. 2 of them
Yeah.
were, whatever items they had were not there because of that. For better or worse.
who was that? Who was that fellow's name? The big green one.
The one with the kid?
Yes, her name was Quip. I remember her. She didn't like me very much.
He was Jim.
Jim. He never went with us. He was never down there.
Yeah, and there's the other one as well, the bugbear.
The bugbear. I don't have too much memories of that one.
Yeah. Snow. Then the last one that did, I know at least made it down, was the Warforged and the one with no hands.
Yeah. But it wasn't too bad down there, honestly. Like it was rather nice. Like compared to what I thought it would have been.
This afterlife place, you describe it as nice.
It's
You
nicer
guys-
than what I thought it would have been. It's definitely very chaotic. It is 24/7 partying. It's
For
Spectre's
reference as well,
domain,
yeah,
actually.
Spectre. It is Spectre's domain.
It is his
You
domain.
know, that makes perfect sense then. Please continue.
Should have started with
And
that when
First thing happened when we got down there was he was flinging Lyric around and nearly killed him again, probably.
Well, that's
Oh,
just
I remember
rude.
that.
Yeah. And we were playing some game with him, and his head exploded.
Oh, that
Spectres.
was 8D
Spectre
chess,
said-
correct?
I think. Nothing of that game made sense whatsoever.
Far too complicated from my understanding. Maybe Roko could give it a try.
Even I find that hard to comprehend. I mean, we had 5D chess back at home established. I
Wow.
believe that was the max of our capabilities within the realm of reason.
If you can understand that, we have no chance. But other than that, I believe we went, or I know I went to this giant library to read up on massive amounts of information on how to get out. And a little whiles after that, I was contacted by Spectre. And he gave me assignment to come here and help what's going on.
And the rest is history, as they say.
Pretty much. I was thrown into a forest somewhere. And I believe it was the city Waterdeep, correct?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, and that's where I met you guys.
Not much later, Spectre brought me over with him as well.
Yes, I remember that very well. You dropped
Yeah,
down
you
in
dropped from a pod.
pods. In which I feared you were more of the enemy.
But I'd never want to go in one of those things again.
Actually, now that I
Was it-
think about it, I believe I considered you an enemy briefly as well, Faye. I apologize for that.
No,
As
no,
you
no
know,
worries.
Yes, it was a rather emotionally conflicting time, of course.
I apologize. I feel like I could have made my presence more peaceful. I think I remember I was getting lightning hurled at me.
Yes. Fortunately, in my panic, my aim was not so precise at the time.
Well, I appreciate not striking me.
But I digress. It is good that I can now consider you all ally. And though my disposition leaves a little to be desired, please know that it comes from a good heart, as it were.
I know, Roko. It's very nice to be friends with all of you. After being nearly alone in that library for years, I don't know.
That
It's a
would
nice
have
change
been
of pace.
heaven for me. You have no idea. A wealth of knowledge that you would be trapped in perpetually with no disturbance from outside sources. It is everything I could ever dream for. In particular circumstances, at least.
Well,
By the way, as you recall from vague recollections passing,
Yes.
condensed dragon scale, as you remember it referenced Silas's journal, research and development, was a highly volatile but extremely potent material created through the extreme pressurization and magic infusion of dragon scales. This technique, born from the Pantheon and brought here, has yet to be tested as to whether or not it can be reproduced. but you do know that somewhere in Aurora there is a store, this very same material. And you reason it's likely in the vault.
I suddenly have had an epiphany of a sort.
What's up?
It's not for me to say it here. How about you meet me back at the workshop at a later time?
Yeah, sure. What time do you have in mind?
It is rather late at the moment. I would
At this
say...
point, it's now far into the evening and early morning hours. Roughly 2 in the morning. The partying seems to have only died down a small amount, but doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon.
You're overly rambunctious. I suppose it's well deserved, though. Ahem. Perhaps within the next day, we still have some time before our destination.
I mean, we could head there now, if you really wanted to. It's that urgent.
I would have to check with my crew first, just to make sure they are safe. This world, although I have adapted to it rather easily in my past years here, it is still very strange to them.
I completely understand. So, will we meet you tomorrow, say 11?
Yes, that would be very sufficient.
Do you know if the Arbiter will be there?
I believe he would, yes.
The only reason I ask is because I know he wanted to do training with us before, and we didn't get too much into that before we had the meeting.
I think he would be very interested in what I have to say for this meeting. So I think we can easily arrange this together.
Alrighty, well, I'll head back to my room. It's getting pretty late.
Do the same.
It was a pleasure, Roko. I appreciate you touring us around.
The pleasure is mine.
Have a good one. She starts walking back to her room.
Until then.
And as your party splits. Go ahead.
Xbox
Uh-oh.
mic?
Yeah, your microphone's coming back.
It's good now. Before it sounded like an Xbox Live mic.
Oh dear God.
Also, I was just gonna throw in the last remark.
I hope Atala is not up some individual skirt at this point.
He definitely is.
He is.
He's just running through the halls, sticking his head up skirts and dresses wherever he can.
The height advantage.
Yep. That said, as the party splits, having had their fill of merriment, they retire for the evening. The days that follow come. It's almost a blur. Like a fever pitch has fallen over the denizens of Aurora. And it's some 2 days later that you slowly regain some degree, some semblance of awareness as the drinking, the food, and all the merriment proved to be far more greater distractions than you had initially anticipated. leaving you with a rather rough hangover. And as you rise halfway into your journey back to New Barovia, having spent the time doing God knows what, you eventually rise, prepare for the day, and consider the prospects of how you wish to go forward. With slow dawning recollection, Faye and Roko remember the meeting they wished to have. And since the day of the initial start of the revelry, a great deal of Spectre has been, for the most part, MIA.
Is that good?
Yeah. Well, I mean for him.
Okay, phew. Because also knowing him, that could be questionable at best.
Certainly.
And on this third day, rising from your respective quarters, as you depart your room and make for the lower sections of the city, as you arrive, it seems as if a low hum hangs in the air. You can feel a strange charge that sets your feathers on end, Roko, and gives goosebumps all up and down your neck and arms there. Continuing forward and making your way to the end of the hall, entering one of the main workshop. As you gaze about the surroundings, Roko, you immediately recognize that things aren't as they were. And more to that end, that some of the tools, machines, and equipment that now fill the space are familiar. Fabricators, printers, and all manner of Omni tools. While still rather rudimentary relative to your own technology, this massive jump in technology has taken you by surprise. Faye, looking around the room, you see equipment you can't make heads or tails of, tools, towers, and machines that are foreign and unfamiliar to the eye. But you reason that these devices are likely what's caused this strange charge to hang in the air. Looking about the space, you see that in addition to the new equipment, it appears that construction is taking place on one end of the workshop, expanding its space. As you finally finish scanning the room, your eyes come to a rest on the Arbiter, who seems to be diligently scribbling away in a notebook. That same strange black flame wreathing his head. And upon looking up and seeing the two guests, he gives a quick nod to seal the door behind you. Or
They will
oh, go ahead.
close the door.
Sealing it.
Under
behind-
curiosity,
Go ahead.
is the door operated electronically by chance?
No, it's a manual door.
Okay.
That's one of the. It was a low priority.
I'll close the
yes.
door then.
Getting that fabricator going was the biggest thing. That said, as you seal the door behind you, you watch with a flash, this strange light. The flame fades, and you see the Arbiter's face as it should be.
Well, it seems you've been busy, Mr. Quint.
I'd say
There's
you
a
rather
lot more
outdone
work to be
yourself.
done than just this paltry little workshop. When we get back to Barovia, got tenfold more to be done.
Oh my. That'll be time consuming, won't it?
Hopefully, mitigate some of that with these new tools. If I can produce fabricator here, well, I reason that I should be able to make another using these more advanced tools, and that should help speed things along.
But it might
Alright.
work out for me, are you then, Quint?
At least laying the groundwork.
Well,
Of course.
To
God
say the
knows.
least, I am pleased.
You've got...
Mr. Quint.
Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to apologize for a few days ago at the meeting.
Oh?
Roko holds back a snicker.
I didn't control myself, and I sincerely apologize.
Fret not. There's plenty of time to beat yourself up when we've won the war.
If it's
Oh,
any
I've already done that.
reassurance, if it's any of reassurance, Faye, Quint is no stranger to having all matter of substances, explosions, and bodily fluids splash upon him.
Ah, yes. Thanks for reminding me, Roko.
Say, is that a regular occurrence?
More than I care to admit. You could almost say that, I'm explosion-proof at this point.
I would hope so at this point.
Would you like to go first, Roko? Because I know you wanted to speak with him.
Yes, right. Ahem. Well, actually, there were a couple of things on the docket, but there was the festivities that took up our time. But I'll get to the more practical thing out of the way first. That being your journal, Quint. It had something of particular interest that ran back to my recollection after Faye's tale of her origin.
And what's that?
Condensed dragon scale. I believe you are still familiar with that, yes?
A coy smile finds itself at the corner of his lips. You can say that.
Just what exactly did you plan to do with that anyway?
Long story short, it serves as a catalyst for some of my inventions.
I do hope you know what you're doing. You know, it's a very dangerous substance.
Oh, I'm very aware. Very, very aware. Very, 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 very aware.
Did you get caught in an explosion too?
You could say that.
Is that the
That
reason for the
and,
strange pitch black visage that takes up your face now?
That is for a different reason. As he says this, you see him rifle with his belt thrown across his waist, pulling from it several bullets. He places the rounds on the table, facing upward, each of them tipped with a strange, almost ethereal glow of azure. This is but one of the various repurposings that I've learned to use and Dragon Scale for. A gift from the Emperor.
Oh, and what does it do?
Well, normal bullets, they hit things, they go through them. These bullets, they hit things, and they turn them to paste.
Is that not overkill, Mr. Quint?
Have you ever tried shooting the hide of a baron?
Sad to say, I have no experience with them. I've heard many tales and read about them, but that's all my information I have on them.
Well, little fun fact, little survival tip. Most conventional arms and armor, weapons, ineffective. Like getting poked with a stick. But these punch right on through, just like they're supposed to.
Oh.
That said,
Suddenly got this strange foreboding feeling for some reason after thinking about a certain individual.
with that said, however, not just anybody can fire these. They require a firearm capable of handling the high caliber. In addition, the individual shooting the bullet must have sufficient strength, or they risk blowing their arm clean off of their body. Recoil is quite brutal.
Oh my.
Duly noted. I was about to half humorously suggest this substance to be infused with my own arcane armor. I can now clearly tell that is not a joke. It is a very serious matter that I will not consider any further.
Well,
That's very...
it isn't just used for destructive purposes. It serves as an extremely potent catalyst and producer of radiant energy. Placed in the proper housing, utilizing the appropriate tools, you can harness this to power all manner of things, or suffuse them with additional energy. A very versatile tool. He then gestures to the several divinus currently strewn up on the far side of the workshop, hanging from the ceiling by chains and supports. 2 of those have reactors powered by it.
And explains quite a few things.
But yes, very aware it's dangerous, very aware that we have it, and fret not, I've stored it away nice and safely where no one will find it. And
Well, that's certainly
if they are unfortunate enough to wander into that place, well, let's just say it'll be a messy cleanup job.
Well, I
Duly
hope no one
noted.
finds it.
Yes. I
Can't
trust
have
that this
tools
would
like that.
be information enclosed to me at least, yes.
Well, only about 5 of us know about the vault and its location, so yes, Yes, that would be you as well.
Yeah.
Is
This,
that all you
after
want?
all.
Apologies.
Oh no. And it's a little too much of a mutual mindset we have there, Faye. As much as I appreciate it. In any case, it stands to my role, my current position, to uphold logic and reasoning around here. So rest assured. And I will ensure that it remains this way.
Reliable as always, Rogo.
That being said, that does bring up the next concern I wish to share with you.
Yes.
How should I put this? You were aware of my unfortunate falling in the first Waterdeep invasion, yes?
You see him kind of stare off. He kind of slips into a bit of a daze.
Oh. Now that I think about it, you split from us at the time, and a lot more developed at that point. Well, in either case, Strahd had surprised me with a cheap shot, let's call it. And for the first time ever, as I would imagine it would be for many, I experienced a deep, cold darkness, so to speak.
I'm familiar with that.
As I would imagine so. As you can see, of course, I am very much, once again, alive. With a very uncanny caveat to it. You see, what rests within my chest is not any longer my regular heart, but the Heart of Nirvana. Are you familiar with that name?
Let's find out. As he seems to slip from the daze and refocus into the posed question, he eventually gives way to a slow nod. Vaguely. Not very much is known about it to be spoken of, to be fair. But what there is, I would share, I suppose.
Honestly, I was hoping you would know more than me, considering it's part of this planet's lore. And it has been a very frustrating time trying to accumulate any knowledge on this thing. But the short of it is, it seems now it has become my fate to become the next Primus, now that this heart is within me. And there is no way to get rid of it as far as I know, at least as of yet, perhaps. Furthermore, the most difficult task, and I have yet to tell my crew, as I cannot even begin to fathom how that conversation would go. It leaves me bound to this planet. No way of returning home.
Sorry to hear that, Roko.
I appreciate the condolences, but I would like to speak of this further in a more practical manner.
Roko looks back to Faye and then turns to Silas and starts to move closer. Hops up on the table nearby and leans close to Silas's ear.
I think all of these projects of yours could become of use for me as well, if it all comes down to it.
As he listens in rhythmic ticking in your chest, he leans back with a ponderous stare, as if searching his mind for something. This is a predicament, to be sure. Can't say that I know enough about the artifact to give you any meaningful direction. But perhaps I can conceive of a plan, a means of removing it, placing it. Given the time I spent in Night City, the amount of studying and practical experience I've had with biology, I can't say I'm an expert, but I know someone who is. And perhaps with what I know and their skills, we might have an answer for your problem. But it will take time.
Of course.
We'll need to return to New Barovia. But I'll send word, and perhaps they'll reach us quickly. It's been some time since I heard from Jude. And knowing them, they're still practicing medicine all the same.
Fellow from Isaac, it was called, yes?
Correct.
Well, thank you, Quint. I'm glad that you also are as reliable as ever.
And win the war with fickle efforts.
Regardless, I feel as though it would behoove us all if we could do this as peaceably as possible. But at the same time, logic and reason can only go so far, can it?
Well, with a change of subject, as I may, if you're finished, Roko.
Yes, please, I apologize for keeping you here with this existential dread.
No, it's fine. But, Mr. Quince, before we had our meeting, we were in the middle of a training session. Are we going to continue training?
You see his expression somewhat soften. And as he looks away from his work to Faye. Quite earnest, I see.
Well, it's not necessarily for me. I'm not much of a fighter myself, but I feel it would benefit everyone in the party to continue.
No, don't worry. When I've concluded the business that I have, I have every intention of making sure each and every one of you are ready for what's to come.
Sounds good. Just don't beat him up too hard.
I'll try
You're
to
a
go
good
easy.
one, Faye. You remind me a lot of Hana, minus the relentless teasing on my behalf.
I've heard of this person before, although I know very little about her.
Well, to put it simply, as it stands right now, she is the current head of the medical team of Aurora.
Oh, really?
Indeed, unparalleled in all matter of biology. In fact,
Okay.
I would even say you may have a little to learn from her at some point, maybe.
I would have to agree. I'd love to meet her.
We can arrange for that. For now, let us put our focus on more lighter matters. I shall do the same by visiting the library.
I believe we
good.
are dispersing, so I will go back to my room, actually.
Prudent thinking. I should be able to finish up the last of the preparation by the night's end and start to work on some of the projects that have been put in. If you have any extra time, feel free to stop in. I'll familiarize you with some of the equipment that I've installed. And I can always use an extra hand.
Indubitably.
And she hops off the table and makes her way out through the door.
As you begin to depart, you see the black flame engulf his head once more. And opening the door, you part ways. As you...
Oh, one more thing.
Ah.
These doors, now that you have all this other, more refined technology at our disposal, these rickety old things are very much out of style. I think I will put aside some time to fix that as well.
Oh, don't worry. When we get to New Barovia, there's going to be a lot of changes taking place here.
Good. Thorough security can only help us.
My thinking exactly.
And then she departs.
And as this duo departs, going their separate ways, what are our other party members doing? How are they spending the third day?
I guess Gandiva would be with Asmodeus, and Alcé would probably be either with the kids or at the brothel, depending on the time of day.
Handling the managerial responsibilities. Fair enough.
The kids.
The kids, Silas, the kids.
And I'll say, as you make way for the Little Lights compound, hoping to check in on your charges. After a lengthy travel through the city to the surface, arriving on the grounds, you see many of them gathered around near the end of the encampment. And approaching, you find them huddled around something. Slowly navigating through the crowd, you eventually make your way to what it is they are all standing and circling about. it appears to be a grave. Hewn from stone, collected from all around. Two twigs loosely tied together and carved into a slab of rock. Gwendolyn. As it appears, the little lights have created a bit of a sending off for the person that they had grown somewhat attached to. One of the few who actually took the time to pay them heed and attention, and to provide them with the one thing they needed, they sought more than anything, being part of the little lights as they are. The skills they need to fight, protect themselves and each other.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Even though Gwendolyn betrayed us.
A fact they are completely oblivious to.
Yeah, I'll let them live in their blissful ignorance.
Protect
Who
the
the fuck are
lives of
these
poor
kids?
children.
What?
Whoa! What the heck, man?
I knew in their dreams.
If they want to believe in Santa Claus, let them believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah.
They deserve to know.
Dang.
As you spend this time with them, sharing in their grief and providing a pillar of support for them to lean on. Deep in the city's bustling core, amidst the tapered celebration, amidst its current lull, the Arbiter seems to be making its way, searching for someone. Clutched in one hand, a leather-bound book. Ace, what are you doing right? It's currently just before midday. Did we lose Ace?
You here, buddy?
I didn't know I was muted.
Oh, the mute. Been there.
Could you repeat that? My bad.
It's roughly 10 a.m. Just before midday. What is Ace currently doing right now?
Where did I leave off? Where was I after the incident?
Well, given that you made no real indication as to a pursuit, I imagine that you took place in a great deal of the festivities. Enjoying the drink, food,
Oh yeah,
and celebrations kind of filling the city at the moment.
You said it's a little after 10?
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to bed.
You hear a gentle rapping at your door.
A gentle what?
A knocking.
Go away.
The knocking persists. 3 sharp taps.
I'm gonna pull the covers over me. Put the pillow over my head.
And as you do this, the knocking just grows louder and louder as each minute passes until it's essentially somebody punching your door with great force.
Just answer the damn door.
Is it housekeeping?
Yeah. Open the door.
I'm pretty sure I have a do not disturb sign on it.
Oh, really? I don't
Yeah.
see it. You should come show me.
What did you bring?
Everything that a housekeeper needs to get the job done.
Bring whiskey?
Doesn't everybody?
Slide it under the door.
I don't think it works that way.
No, just pour it out.
Are you gonna lick it off the floor?
I've done a lot of weird shit today, man.
I tell you what. I'll give you the whole bottle if you open the door.
All right, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna load my gun with just one of my revolvers.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna walk close to the door, holding the revolver in one hand, and I'm gonna slowly peek. Does the door itself have a lock on it?
Yes, and it seals from the inside.
Is it like one of those chain locks where you can like pull the door open still with the door still being like closed?
No, it's kind of like a fitted interlocking mechanism that you kind of. It's like a bolt lock. You can think of it like a bolt lock.
Oh, okay.
In a way.
I'm gonna unbolt it and slowly open the door, just a peek that my, I can just like maybe just get half my head there, see half my face.
As you peer through the crack, you are immediately faced with the vision of the Arbiter standing there, staring back at you.
Can you give me 1 second to get decent?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna close the door real quick. I'm gonna put on my clothes. I sleep in the nude, so I gotta get redressed real quick, and then
Fair enough.
I'll reopen the door. After I'm redressed, and then I'll open the door, gun still in hand. Slowly open the door.
As you do so, he's still standing there. Doesn't look like he's moved an inch.
Welcome. Can I offer you a lack of drinks and a smoke?
I'll actually take you up on the smoke.
All right,
But
cigarette or cigar?
Cigarette's fine. As
Here we go.
promised.
And he actually pulls out a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, good heavens above. I'm gonna snatch that from him. I'm gonna snatch this from him.
As you do so, you take a quick look over the bottle. The amber fluid labeled Spitfire.
Ooh.
May I?
Well, yeah, by all means.
He
Unless it's
enters
like
the room.
Unless it's like a vampire thing, and I let you in.
No. It's just courtesy.
Oh, good. Not a big fan of bats.
Yeah, me neither. As you can
Or
tell from the
snakes.
whole Waterdeep fiasco.
Yep. So, welcome, and, yeah, I don't really know what I'm supposed to say here, partner. I mean, I think I've said all of 6 words to you, and now you're kind of waking me up 10 o'clock at night, and,
Oh, it's the morning.
is
10
it
a.m.
morning?
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. Just before midday.
How long was I asleep for?
I couldn't tell you. I just got here.
I got a snub drinking. Well, what can I do for you, I guess?
As you ask, he idly lifts the leather-bound book he's been holding in his offhand. On it, you can see the titling of the book, and you immediately recognize it as that same book you took from the Little Lights when they had nearly indulged in the experiment known as Project Darklight.
Oh, that book. Listen, are you about to kill me right now? Because
No.
I don't know what this is about to turn into right now. Am I shooting you? You shooting me? How are we about to do this right now?
Nobody's shooting anybody.
Sure.
At least, I'd hope not.
Oh, I'm always hoping to shoot something, but all right. If this ain't a book stolen situation,
Got question.
oh, you got questions, friend?
Yes.
I got a few questions too, if you wouldn't mind. So, all right. Shoot. Oh, don't shoot, but shoot the questions.
He turns and closes the door behind him, making his way over to the small table and pair of chairs.
I'll sit as well across from him.
Placing the book onto the table, you watch as the black flames fade, and you see his face for what it is. So, this book, it's missing some very particular pages.
Really?
Last I heard, you, one of the individuals who possession of it for a time.
And who told you this, friend?
Youth.
Youth. Name's not ringing a bell. You sure
Blonde
they said
elf
me?
with the mark on her face.
Oh yeah, that one. You sure they said me though?
Positive, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I have a very, very similar face now. People confuse me with others all the time now. I mean, I just have one of those. I mean, a cowboy is a pretty common out here now. The new trend. So I'm sure you didn't see. It wasn't me.
Relax.
I'm relaxed.
No hostilities.
I didn't say there was.
Just curious as to
Okay.
why you took those pages.
Okay, you see, now we skipped a few sets, and now we're just saying that I took them. Do we have proof that I took them? I've been in quite a few jails now, so I know process now, and I know you gotta do some more steps in between, at least a phone call or something.
Okay. How about we try this again?
All right. Come
Did you
in.
take the pages?
Oh, we're going that far back. Okay. You see, that's kind of a trick question now. Did I not take the page? Maybe the pages were already ripped from the book and maybe fell into some type of container that holds papers.
Okay. And hypothetically, if it
Hypothetical.
fell into this container for papers,
I'm hearing you.
for what purpose would they have magically removed themselves from this particular book and found themselves into that container?
Science?
That's a good answer.
Thank you.
like
was
you.
thinking that one for a while. Thanks, you
You
ain't
got
too
some
bad
whip.
yourself.
So, with that said, you're smart enough. I'm smart enough. We're both pretty smart guys, right?
I'd like to think so. I do call myself a man of literature. I think that's the right word. Photosynthesis. Yeah, that's the right word.
What if, hypothetically, the person
Mhm.
that those pages
I'm hearing you.
initially belong to, those pages that belong to that book,
I'm hearing you.
what if hypothetically...
Are you
The
trying to ask me if
owner-
I took that?
Oh, no.
Oh, because I totally did. I took those pages, if you're wondering. I don't know why you just didn't come out and ask it. Now you keep going around. I mean, we're too straightforward shooting men right here. Pages.
You see his eye twitch. His expression remains completely the same, kind of bemused, kind of a playful smile, smirk tugging at his lips, but his eye twitches.
You seem a bit twitchy there, Cap. I have some extra shot glasses now. We can share this bottle. Yeah, let me get one of these and pour it up for you right now. Yeah. It always helps with the twitchiness.
So, he downs the drink. What? For what reason did you remove the pages?
Well, I want to correct one word I said. I didn't technically steal it because, well, pages weren't yours. So, not really stealing if they don't belong to that person. It's more like taken back.
Now, perhaps the research founded upon was not initially the owners.
You got that right.
I'll concede. But the research yielded. Now that I'd say is the owners, right?
Nah, I disagree.
You see the
Well-
eye twitch once more.
Well, I've got a few questions. Are we going back and forth? Can I ask a question?
He takes a moment, inhales, exhaling slowly. I'll cut to the chase then. That research, I want it back.
Yeah, not gonna happen. I'm sorry, did I get your name as you walked in now? I got pouring another shot or something.
The smile fades.
My smile doesn't.
I like to think I'm a patient man, eh? Very
Thank you.
patient.
I also consider myself a man of patience.
So, I'm going to politely ask one last time,
Sure thing.
seeing as being direct and playing along hasn't worked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna make this really simple.
Oh, great. I love simple.
Give me the pages.
That's it?
You see him draw his firearm.
Oh, wait, friend. Listen, can I just ask you a question? First of all, how did you get these pages? And what do you really know about this? Because, friend, if we really want to be all smarty McSmartpants, then
We've moved past the part of cordial conversation and discussion. I tried to play nice. I tried to be cordial.
I don't know what that word means. Listen,
Oh.
friend, the pages you have now do not belong, but they belong to me. Technically, they belong to my family. You stole them.
I
And
stole
those
nothing.
pages,
That
okay.
research was gleaned from the libraries of Neverwinter. Given to
Libraries of
me
what?
by the libraries of Neverwinter.
I've never heard of it now, but this research should not be in any lab, so you call it now. This research hurts people. Hurts people real bad, mister.
To
Now,
that I'm
do you like
wholly,
hurting people?
to that I'm wholly aware.
Oh, you're aware
But-
now that this procedure hurts people now.
But I need that research to finalize one of my projects. This project in particular requires a specific kind of fortitude. A fortitude that, given your familiarity with this procedure, I'm fairly certain you and I both possess. Now, should I finish my work and refine the project that I quite clearly lacked the skills and knowledge to conduct properly, then I might be able to provide us a means of fighting the king.
And you want to use this research.
Correct. If not for anyone else, I'd be more than happy to be the test subject. But we need tools that will turn our fragile men into hardened soldiers. I've seen what the Scarlet King can do, what his forces are capable of. He will break our men. Need to harden them.
You've seen what this Scarlet Man has done. You've seen the horrors he's committed. But you haven't seen the horrors now this research has committed. Your research will not make hardened soldiers. No. It will make trauma patients, amputees, sick people, crazy people.
That is why, with the proper knowledge, tools, resources, we can do this humanely. We can do this safely.
Mm-hmm. How
I
much
didn't
research
have
do you have
what-
on this? How much does this paper go into now? Does it ever tell the details of how it got its research? Experiments, tests?
I'll be honest. I don't quite know.
Yeah. You don't have all the information. And I can tell you damn right now, this will not work because it's missing pieces. And no matter how much you think you can refine it now, you're not going to be able to because it's missing one small thing. That the only ingredient now that really misses to make it work is in my head. And I ain't saying. So you know what? Have your research. Make your monstrosities. Make your creatures. Turn your soldiers into bed-renting paraplegics all their life. Go ahead. You know what? I'm done caring. Here. Take your papers. All right there. Put them down on the table in front.
He takes them in hand, sifting through, reviewing the notes present. You know what, Ace? I'm very familiar with people like you.
I doubt that.
Oh no, I know your type quite well.
And I
You
know
play
your
the
type.
facade, the cavalier, pocket hole, right? Let it all burn. The indifference is a nice wall, isn't it?
Indifference. I don't even know how to spell that.
I'll let you in on a little secret, friend. Your kind, they generally always fall short when it needs to count.
I'm the only thing of my kind, friend. I'm the only one of my kind.
You keep telling yourself that
Oh, I
you're
am
special,
telling myself that.
like all the others who do too.
I don't think
I
I'm
used to think that
special,
too.
friend. I just think I'm alive.
And I wonder how long that'll last when the king comes knocking. And all you are is but a man. He turns and leaves.
You're gonna kill people with that! Dumbass.
And as as he leaves, closing the door behind him. What do you do, Ace?
Probably just light up another cigar. I actually meant to do something I completely forgot to do, so I kind of screwed myself. I meant to slide hand those papers and give them fake ones. Whatever. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna smoke a cigar and probably just lay back in my bed.
Fair enough.
There's really nothing else I can do there now. I know where that shit's gonna go.
And as you sit there, laying back into your bed with a heavy sigh, exhaling a plume of cigar smoke in the process, you recall the events of your childhood, of what that research had done. The idea that potentially something of that nature would start up again. Not your stomach.
Alright, I'd like to do something. I'd like to go after him, if possible.
And you rise from your bed, taken with purpose. After you replay memory over again in your push through the door, exiting into the hall, scanning both ends. It takes you very little time to find him. Telltale black flame dancing just above everyone around him. And you continue pursuing, cutting a swath through the crowd that has slowly dissipated as the festivities have dropped to their lowest point today. As you draw close, your hurried footfalls draw his attention as he peers over his shoulder and turns to face you.
Wait! Friend, wait!
Yeah?
You walk really fast, you know that?
It's the legs.
I've come to a decision.
Oh?
Now, I'll be, like you said before, where, let's put this blankly. You don't like me. I don't really care for you very much. But, we're at an impasse. You want that research fired out now to your soldiers, and I want it to be burned to a crisp. And, on top of that, I'm the only one who really knows how to make it work. I have more knowledge with that formula, with this project now, than basically anyone else you ever meet. So I propose a deal.
I'm listening.
You want your good old super soldiers to be made. And, well, I don't want you to make monsters. More monsters. I will help you attempt to, if even possible, make and fix this serum on the condition now we do not do human testing until the very, very, very certain now it has zero chance to fail.
You see him visibly relax. Finally, getting somewhere. Now, if you had just come to me with something like that initially, we could have completely skipped all of this.
True, but I don't really like to make things easy in my...
I can tell.
Thank you!
With that said, deal.
Perfect. I'll reach out my hand.
I may have ambiguous morals, but I do have a code of ethics. Human trials are something that I seek to avoid at all opportunity. So, we have a deal.
Perfect. I don't know what the second word was, but the morals thing, yeah, I got none of those.
He shakes the hand.
Damn it, I should have asked for money. Well, live and you let learn, or something along those lines. Alright. When do you
Why
want to
don't
get
you
started?
just put in for requisitions?
I don't know what that means. Is that when the trees grow life from the sun?
He visibly face palms.
Hey, buddy, I'm an alchemist. You ask me alchemy, I can...
Alright. When we get back to Barovia, I'm giving you all a basic lesson. We're going back to boot camp.
Back?
At least until you guys really have a grasp of where we're at. That said, for you, I doubt it's going to be much of a exercise.
Well, is it a mental one or a physical? Physical, but a mental, I prefer that. I'm not, the math stuff, not a big fan. Or that English stuff, not a big fan on that.
So just about any. Well, fortunately, it'll be mostly a tour. A tour and a small outline of some of the assets you have available to you. Because if I have another one of you, or those godlings, ask me about money again, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
Yep, money does make a man lose a mind. What are we talking about? Money? Ooh, I got
Somewhere in the distance, Isla says, "Put it on Simon's tab."
Seriously? I'm broke, where's my money? She's sitting on like fucking, what's it, like 2K platinum? I have no money. Isla kills me.
Silence.
But that's it.
No money that can be spent on this in particular. I have money, just not for that.
I have money, I'm just not sharing it.
Yep.
I have a shit ton of money.
As the Arbiter looks to Ace, shaking his hand. Well, with all of this unpleasant business out of the way, I need a fucking drink. You coming?
Oh, hell yeah! Alright, we might get... Did we? Alright, drinks are on you, let's go.
If I got a penny every time. And he departs down the hall.
So, you like drinking games?
He just shrugs.
Bet I can beat you in a drinking game.
I bet you.
I bet you I can. I'll put 2,000 gold on it.
He agrees.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Oh no.
This poor bastard.
It's gonna end up being. I'm just gonna straight up tell you, it's gonna be a stalemate.
Oh my god.
They're just gonna sit there drinking forever.
You see it get bigger and bigger mugs.
Just like
staring
until they're
at
drinking
each
out of
other.
fucking barrels and shit.
I got the entire keg. It's just become a strength contest at this point.
Yeah,
I'm using like my mechanical arm to pick up an entire
At that point,
keg.
I think Ace loses. It was a
Just
strength
get-
competition.
You just get more liquor, we're gonna be like exploding.
We just literally just got both pop in like blasts of liquor.
If I'm not a match, we're gone.
Yep. And the two head off to the tavern. Both of them equally ignorant to the others. Complete and utter inability to get drunk. And they spend the evening
Who's gonna have to piss first?
just arguing, shooting the shit, and getting as much alcohol in them as they can possibly stomach, hoping the other finally gives up.
I'm now 6% alcohol.
You have become the beer.
I'm now infinitely not tipsy.
And with that, the two spend the evening getting to know one another a little bit better. Through vague, puffed up stories and tale of their accomplishments in the past. Something they seem to both equally take the same amount of joy in. Now, with that said, if nobody has anything they wish to do for the first day of travel, as this flying party in the sky continues along, on the dawn of the 5th day, far off, past the Baratok mountain ridges, far on the east side of the Savage Wood, as its same self river carves deep path through the great city of New Barovia. In the distance, a small speck in the sky can be seen, glinting in the early morning light as the sun peers over the horizon. And with it, the return, the heralded, triumphant.
And we make the date December 10th now, right? Or 11th. You said 4th day.
4th going into 5th. So that would, well, actually on the 15th, 12-15.
Okay.
Because the breakers are at 12-12, excuse me, 12-12.
Gotcha.
Yes. And they got to Aurora 2 days into your travels, putting you 3 days after them, which would be the 15th.
Hooray, keeping track of fictional time.
Right? It is. It's halfway through December. It's almost Christmas. Or at least Toral's version of Christmas.
I was gonna say, is Jesus canon?
You know,
I mean, we got
honestly,
Blue
at
there
this
may be all
point,
these other gods, but Jesus Christ is eternal.
yeah.
The words of our Lord and Savior.
I have the Beyblade gods canon in my world.
Oh my god.
Did they part
Was it
the
split
Red
the Red
Sea?
Sea with the Red Sea?
Yes, they
Red
did.
Sea with the Beyblade.
I actually have that somewhere in my lore. No, somewhere. Like my early on
Fucking
versions.
legendary.
My campaign was supposed to be a joke campaign. I was actually gonna have that be the gods.
Oh my god.
Beyblades.
That mean I can play the Beyblader class in your campaign?
I would so allow that.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Never mind. I don't need my blade singing wizard. I'm playing a Beyblader.
Is that the right
let's
term,
go.
Beyblader? Is that the? Is that the?
I don't know.
correct term?
Sorry, I don't know the correct.
I thought they were called
term for
rippers.
I don't even know. I don't know.
1 second, I gotta Google this. Oh, the answer just came up losers.
I can't. I can't.
They're called metal fighters.
Metal fighters.
That's worse. That's worse. I'd rather be called a
And then
loser
called a
than
loser,
metal
yeah.
fighter.
My God.
It's like JFK's sister, the metal biter.
As Aurora draws close to the borders of New Barovia, and the city returns back close to Krezk, where it first took back to the sky for the first time in centuries since the fall of the Netherese Empire. As the city began to slowly descend downward. And those close enough to the outside or an east-facing window are taken in with a breathtaking sight as the amber rays of the early morning sun begin to slowly color the scene before you. Some several dozen miles away, strangely sticking out from the center of the forest, sitting roughly half the distance to Valleki, is a massive, spanning building, aglow with lights, and designed in a fashion that the New Barovian people have never seen. Large flashing lights on the face of the building. Dead hearts. And by the time the sun has crested the sky, with a deep, tremoring rumble, Aurora sets down in what could only be described as a cylindrical quarry carved out of the earth itself, roughly 3 miles away from the city of Krezk. As it comes to a rest, you can hear, with a massive resonance across the early sky, a mechanical locking as the city docks. Our heroes return back, some to their homeland for the first time in weeks. Dozens upon dozens of refugees slowly funnel out to the surface, making way to the edge of the city, where, constructed into this docking mechanism for Aurora, appear to be a series of walkways and staircases, allowing those present to descend to the earth below. Flooding out into the field, an air of hope hangs, carrying with it brightness akin to the sun sitting above. As you soak in this moment of triumph, as it settles in the victory obtained in Waterdeep, and what it means for your people and those you fought so valiantly to protect, all of the dread and despair that has followed you the last few weeks. For but a moment, fades. But many miles away, sinister presence has found its way into Barovia. Skulking and waiting, looking for an opportunity to strike, to create as much havoc, destruction, and suffering as it can possibly wrought. As he clutches his face, running his hands through his hair, skin streaked with blood, dirt, clutched tightly in one hand, a javelin. Many miles away, Sanguinius watches Aurora's return to New Barovia.
Well, crap.
I hate Sanguinius.
He's a
Me
dog
too.
abuser.
What an asshole.
I wish
He
he would
put away-
just stop.
He took away Kansas' hand. Which was brought back rather soon after, but still, what an asshole.
Within a few hours, dozens of wagons funnel out of Krezk, and dozens more begin to board them, taking the roads from Krezk to Valleki, and some from Valleki to the great city of New Barovia. As you see jutting cliff face Ravenloft sitting out like monument. You know you've returned home. And that's where we will end tonight's session.
Yippee.
Back home.
Damn.
Count yourselves lucky, guys. You got a session that was like completely chill.
Yeah.
No combat, no
I got a gun drawn in
risks.
there.
For the
I
most
was
part.
in a jar of cum for 20 minutes.
Oh, it's Heartless Cub.
Hey, not everyone can get a piece
It
of
was your
session.
own. It was your own cum anyway.
Because that makes it so much better.
Hey, you're the one who said yourself, do you have an advantage because he's bisexual?
Yeah.
And he got advantage for being
What was
bisexual.
wrong with that statement, Logan?
I don't.
Yeah, what is it?
You encouraged it.
You take advantage any way you get.
True.
I'm simply taking advantage of the situation.
Right.
But with that, that said, my friends, we are back in New Barovia. Aurora
Yippee.
has touched down. And yeah. You got a couple of interesting little quirky circumstances you're dealing with now.
Only howdy.
Yeah.
Sure is good to be back home.
Gambling. I love gambling.
I love gambling.
We'll be having
I love gambling.
our
I
new
love
friend
gambling.
joining next session, Remy. And gambling Yeah, I love gambling too.
I love gambling.
I wonder what that place is. I wonder what's going on there. We should find out. We should find out. You know, it's along the way. You know.
Oh my.
I love gambling.
I love gambling.
I love gambling.
I love
I
gambling.
love gambling.
I've been playing
love
blackjack
gambling.
while playing this.
I love
Mohegan
gambling.
Sun DLC coming.
I love blackjack. I always win. Okay, except that hand. I just lost that.
Let's see what I can do about like making actual like casino games like available.
What I do now, I literally have 2 links for roulette and blackjack, and I just literally shared my screen to play.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Something along those lines.
Yeah, that's the thing is they're the only ones that really roulette and blackjack. I try
Fair
to find. I tried writing a script to make a slot machine. Did not go well.
Oh yeah, slot machines can be a little funky.
Yeah, no. I realized that. Yeah, I'm not good at coding at all. That did not turn out well at all.
Did you actually try?
Yes, I tried to write an actual
Really?
script. I thought having 4 years of IT experience would help me. It did not. I did eventually do it in Scratch.
I was gonna say,
Scratch
what language, buddy?
Scratch language. Yeah, okay, I eventually figured out how to do it in Scratch. Okay, I couldn't figure out how to do it. I was trying using Python. Python did not work.
Uh-huh.
I refuse to learn anything else. Scratch is the best way to code.
I'm
Everything's
dead.
code using Scratch. It is simply superior. Block coding is just better. It's big, it's blocky, it's orange. I like it. It's got a funny cat.
It does have a funny cat.
It does.
I just lost $100 in blackjack.
I love gambling.
I love gambling.
What's this about funny cat? I want to see a funny cat.
Yeah, that blackjack thing that Jake used is the reason why one of my characters got very rich.
Oh,
Without him realizing.
Is it when I was there watching?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yep. I love gambling.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you gambled so much, I didn't get a fucking chance.
You had
I
a
just
chance. You
lost
gambled a little bit.
$1,000 in blackjack.
You literally just went even and gave up.
No, I know I did make money, but no, I'm saying at a different time when it was important and we almost got stuck inside the building.
You were an addict. You tried selling your own clothing for money. You sold your own hat.
Now that's dedication. That's dedication.
It was just a cowboy hat, okay? Listen, and I
Don't use
still
your
wear it.
cowboy hats.
Hold on, 20 push-up.
Cowboy hats are great. So is blackjack. It's not addicting at all.
But,
I just
yeah.
constantly think about it.
So
When
I
I'm
gotta
not
start making
playing,
that
I
sheet
start
out now too for what's her name, for the person.
Ow!
I used to.
Oh, poker night. I have no idea how to play poker. I'll play both games at once.
Dude,
Oh my god! Wait, who the fuck started the activity?
Maddie.
No, I'm trying to
I
do the
don't know how
activity.
to
not-
play poker either.
I don't know how to play poker at all.
I'm a fucking
Oh, I
machine.
can put on my casino playlist now. I'm looking-
That's a great preamble.
I gotta go
Yeah, and-
free gamble real quick.
Yeah, and so I gotta start making that sheet soon now that I got finished thing.
Yep.
I gotta.
And when you're
dude,
done, let me know. It uses
Mhm.
fighter as a base, so just if you're worried
Yeah.
about like hit dice and all that other shit, just put fighter stuff down.
Okay.
I am so close to finishing Ace's backstory. It's not even.
But yeah,
I am
HD is
so
scary.
close.
Because if I'm using her old stat totals, she had a 70 in con.
Okay, how does
So
this
I
work?
may need to scale that
No,
down.
no, I'm clicking
It-
the fancy buttons.
Yeah,
do I do?
when you finish it up, send it my way, and
Mhm.
given the sheets and stuff that I have available, I can tune
Oh.
her to right about where she should be, which is like, trust me, she's gonna be busted. Regardless,
Yeah.
I just try to
Play
keep bloated numbers in line
poker
because it helps keep things
for
smooth.
Idiots.
Yeah.
You telling me you don't want to roll d20s for damage?
I do actually.
You want to do 80 d20?
No.
That sounds like fun.
It's not work. voting to me at all. I'm not gonna do it.
It's like
really
you just
screwed
poke
myself.
somebody and their fucking legs blow off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's campaign 3.
I'm gonna miss those damage rolls though, even though it was really annoying. Especially rolling that shit for players.
Yeah.
Dude, was it your weapon now that was like
anything.
16 different dice?
Oh.
Had to be
It was
rolled for your
mine.
fucking
Mine
thing?
was like that,
Like,
pretty
God
much.
No, it was a
damn.
weapon now that had to roll like it was like 10d12s or 4d6s,
Oh, that was Paul. That was Paul.
4d4s. It was like so many different fucking things. It was so annoying to roll out each
I
time.
used to be low.
I know that
Yeah,
was
then I
Paul.
simplified yours. I got
Yeah, it
tired
used
of
to
the
be.
shit of rolling it.
That was Paul.
I buffed
God
it because I was
damn.
lazy. Am I
Paul's
winning at
fucking
this
hammered.
poker game?
Dude, you folded like the first round.
Folded first round before they even drew out the cards.
See, I don't know much about poker, but I do know fold is like giving up, isn't it?
I have more
Yeah.
money than all of you. I'm just saying right now.
You
So
cannot
who's
get into a
really
poker
winning?
game. It won't. It's just a gray screen whenever I try to join it.
I'm
You
too
gotta
good at
enter
this.
Discord.
Let me gamble.
I can't lose.
Alrighty, friends.
Hey, I'm out of here.
Just as a heads up, we have now officially returned to New Barovia. And there are a handful of small jobs that you will need to contend with.
Oh, Silas. Next week. That's we having a session next week?
Yeah, we should be. Is it like a holiday or something? Sometimes I'm
is
horrible with that shit.
Isn't the next day Easter?
Oh yeah, fuck Easter. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to attend because I'm going.
Oh no, yeah. If that's the case, then yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, I'm
understand.
going
That-
away for a few days now because I go away for Easter.
Like I say
Buddy
that,
stuff.
I say that for me personally. I'm just
Oh,
not
no,
a holiday
I
guy.
don't
Maddie,
celebrate it in
That
that
mean
way.
we
I
have a
go to
we
Healing
do
for the
or don't
chocolate
have a
egg.
session Sunday.
Fuck if I know.
Mm.
Raise.
I don't even know
Are we-
if we have
are we
a
having
session
a-
tomorrow.
Oh shit.
I think we do.
Yeah, we should, right? Normally?
I think.
Yeah,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Methinks.
I was
Me
wondering
thinkies.
if we had one Easter or not.
I don't work on Easter, please. I'm gonna be so bored if we don't play D&D.
Wait, is that really next week?
Yeah.
I know. I was so surprised too. I was freaking
It
out.
snuck up so fast, right?
Damn, bro.
I thought Halloween
Everything
came
has been at
first.
this point.
I get Friday off, but I don't get Monday off on that week. It's kind of weird.
This is such a fucked. Oh shit.
But yeah, I definitely won't be able to make it the next session.
No worries, no worries. Enjoy your holiday, have some fun, eat some good food. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
gonna-
that will also give me some free time to make sure we have all the final little things we need squared away for Dead Hearts.
Yes, which we still need to meet about. We
Yeah,
were
I
so
know
bad at
this week has just been really fucking shitty for me,
You know what the
honestly.
funny thing is? Every time I've messaged you, like, which is a lot now, like, hey, I'm free. Almost like an hour later, all of a sudden, wasn't free. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, nah, I know how that be too. Yeah.
But I do know for a fact now I will be this Monday, basically all day. I'm just doing schoolwork. That's it.
Bet
was-
we'll catch up then before I go to see the movie. Because me and Gandy are gonna go see the D&D movie on Monday.
Dude, I just
Ooh.
saw that. It was
It
so
was
good.
yeah, we just saw it.
It slaps.
It was good.
slaps. You gotta get the
Good
bucket.
shit.
5 hours ago.
You gotta get the bucket.
You
think
already
there's
know
gonna be a
I'm a
bucket.
popcorn guy too. On top of that, so you already know I'm getting that
I'm
fucking
keeping-
bucket.
I'm keeping
You
that
hear what
bucket.
Steven did with the popcorn bucket?
Nah,
when
what
he
do you
got
do?
His. Oh my god, he tried to buy the bucket without getting the actual popcorn, and then he just got it. Was about to just waste the popcorn.
Honestly, that was
What's somebody else, bro?
my bucket now smells.
Yeah,
like
I took your
popcorn
pop.
and
I
butter.
took your popcorn. You were literally just gonna buy it just to get the thing, and you're just gonna have him not give you the popcorn.
I got offered.
that's
I got
messed up.
offered for some guy to buy it off me.
Yeah, for $50, and you said no.
Yeah, because I was like, dude, I drove an hour here and the bucket cost $35. I'm like, I'm good. If you offered me $100, I'd be like, okay. I was not about to do that shit for $50.
Plus, you were at the movie theater still too. You'd have had to sold it for more than 100.
Yeah, especially because I'm gonna use it as my new weed bucket. Though I did make
That's
this
where all my
mistake.
dice are
Do
going.
not. It was so tempting to roll that dice, and I let True Thoughts win. I rolled it in my car, and popcorn still everywhere.
Dude, are you
Damn.
serious? Oh my god, you still had popcorn in it and you still
I
rolled
forgot. I forgot.
it. Oh my god.
I did. I got a nat 1 too, which is funny.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, you guys got me excited for the movie. I'm hyped.
Oh, the movie's really good. Like it's a
Mhm.
fun
Good
movie.
movie.
Like it's stupid, but it's basically.
I mean,
the-
yeah. Yeah.
It's fun though. It's fun. It's a really fun movie.
Bet.
It was a solid 8 out of 10.
Bet. That's a solid rating in my book.
Yeah, no, it was much better than I expected. I was expecting.
Nah,
just,
yeah, like
cash
adaptation shit, yeah, is usually cash grab. So I was kind of skeptical too, but everybody I've heard says that the movie's fantastic.
Yeah, I saw it with my friend's dad, and he's never.
Oh yeah, Chase.
Yeah, that guy's chill. He held my pretzel for me, and then ate one in front of me.
The pretzel tax.
Yeah, basically.
You know, we were at Popeyes in the movie theater.
Yeah, and this fucking brought me pop guys in the fucking parking lot. We ate Popeyes.
Bro, I've been there. I got in Chick-fil-A before a movie.
Logan's going in, and he's like, I gotta sneak this in, and brings up like 60 things, just starts wrapping it in his sweatshirt. Oh it was like the kid.
That reminds me of the time we went.
It's like a
Remember
kid
we
like on
went
a
to
school
see,
grounds. They open a big French coat.
We
The
went
only
to
way.
Chick-fil-A, remember? And we snuck all that food into the movie theater.
Yo, we got like a whole fucking Chick-fil-A spread while you're. I don't even remember the movie we went to go see either.
Because you don't need to sneak that shit in. Most movie theaters,
Yeah, they don't give a shit any day.
I
These-
go to a Regal near me that's connected to the mall, and I've been to Aunt Annie's.
Oh my god, the fucking
pretzel
pretzel
place?
bucket.
I got they have a massive pretzel bucket that's the size of like a KFC. I just took that shit into the movie theater. And just no one cared.
Yeah.
Just no one cared. I
And the
didn't even
time we
pay-
went, you did it. You put it into your bag and just said it was your insulin bag you were bringing in with you.
Yeah, I did. I've said I did that water park bringing it.
Oh god.
We cannot check. So that always works. It's the best way to do it. I just the places do not care at all. The amount of times I walk into
Yeah.
movie theaters and just not paid for a ticket and just walk in, they do not care at all. Depending on the theater you go to.
Three
Some
double
just-
features.
No, like I go into the film, the cinema, which serves food there. I can't remember the last time I actually paid for. I just walked the back door. Give a tip, but that's it.
You paid last time we went.
Yeah, because I had other people with me. You guys were all like, no, who was it? Paul was like, you can just leave.
Paul wasn't there, Jake.
Who was it I was with then? I did go to Paul with the cinema.
The time we went, it wasn't Paul.
How did I go to you with the cinema club?
Ant-Man.
I saw Ant-Man.
Ooh, I gotta catch that.
Yeah, it wasn't
one?
great.
I don't expect it to be. I just want to laugh at the memes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that I was so blasted.
Yeah,
with the Shaws
actually,
after he
I
dropped the sword
remember.
in the middle of the aisle.
Oh, that shit was ass.
I remember Kami actually mentioned this before. Actually.
I remember us looking at each other and looking at just screaming at each other for 20 minutes. Oh, I remember
What?
that. The Doc Ock. The Doctor. No, it's Modoc.
Oh god,
fucking
with the,
God.
with the
I
little.
remember
Alrighty,
just
well,
looking
I'm
at each
about
other.
having tomorrow. How's it going, everybody?
Am I the only
Yeah,
one
I'm
in this
gonna head
poker
in
game?
too.
I'm the only
Good
one
night,
in this
everyone.
poker game, and I lost.
Alrighty, friend. A mellow session. A little bit of drama. Whoop. A little bit of drama. But nothing serious. You know, inter-party conflict, it happened. But man, glad to have him back in New Barovia. To leave the war front after months, it feels like they've been there. Like 2-3 months, I think, in total. From beginning to end. God damn. Alright. And now it's time to implement the curtain call and provide some upgrades to Aurora, as well as explore some of these interesting new elements operating in our land. Because you've been paying attention the last few sessions. It has been revealed that the Raven Queen is currently presiding over New Barovia. She is essentially set herself up as the ruler of the domain. Further enhanced by the massive amount of iconography spread all throughout by the party, who at one point served her quite faithfully. This Vilnius stalking the borders of New Barovia. Whew. Right, Remy? How the times have changed. So much has changed. Barovia was once just a mud road, dilapidated, run-down village. And now it's one of the biggest metropolis in all the Sword Coasts. Hopefully, they can leverage this. Sure. So if you want to keep up with the story, be sure to stop back in again. Next Saturday, we're going to be starting, hopefully a little bit earlier. But we will see what our beloved players find themselves getting into. That said, if you're looking for some more D&D, be sure to stop in over Medicus Fall Stars channel. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think it's 10 or 11. I think is when we're starting. But if you love D&D and you want to see an evil campaign, please go ahead and give him a follow. Pop in over there. Show him some love and support. And speaking of support, be sure to support yourselves by getting plenty of rest, drinking plenty of water, and more important than all of that, yeah, that's the biggest part. You keep loving yourselves and each other, and tomorrow might be a better day. And I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. So before we call it, let's send a raid on over. Send a raid on over. Who's getting it? Who's getting the raid tonight? Let's see, somebody's getting raided. Let's send this party on over to Madico, playing some Valheim. Be sure to spam their chat with some love and support. You guys take care of yourselves and get plenty of rest. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take it easy.